Hello, everyone. In this episode, we're talking about Send Help and Shelter.
And for the second half, we focus on everything action and gritty with the man himself, Jason Statham.
We're not in the office anymore, Bradley. Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome to another episode of the A-List Admission.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
If you're new here, my name is Cheyenne.
And I'm Ricardo.
And we're just a couple of Canadians, as a Canadian couple, who review movies that we just want to see. We see all the new releases as they come out. We just give you our take on it, just if we like it or not, as just a pair of regular cinephiles / moviegoers.
Yeah, nothing fancy, nothing technical about this podcast at all. Just, is it good? Is it bad? Yeah, pretty much. Cool. Yeah.
Not much in the way of news to start us off for personal. One big thing, my aunt did pass away. She did live fairly far from me, but like very, very close to my dad, who's my dad's sister. So rest in peace to her. You will be missed. And I know my dad obviously took it very hard. It was his last like full family member passing away. So very tough for the first couple of days, but I'm doing a lot better. My dad's doing pretty good, so taking each day as it comes. But that was the one sad, of course, piece of movie news, or not movie news, personal news, although we will have a sad piece of movie news.
And it's kind of always a reminder to always say I love you to the loved ones, because you never really know when they're gonna go. We're always sad when anybody that we know or related to are passing, and of course it will always be good and fond memories, and we can only look up from here, right? Cool. All right, do you want to go into our movie news now?
Yes, so I'm actually gonna, to keep the tone, start with the saddest one, in that Catherine O'Hara passed away. So we're filming this on a Saturday, January 31st. She passed away yesterday. Online, it's saying her death has not been made public. This particular piece of news that I found first was from Screen Thrill. I've also heard that she died of a brief illness. Yeah. She was only 2 years older than my mom, so she would have been 72 this year. But she was 71 when she passed away. Obviously, a ton of people are sad and reaching out and writing stories.
Yeah, but we all remember Catherine O'Hara for all the phenomenal performances she's done in the past, whether it's Kevin McAllister's mom in Home Alone, whether it's Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek. I mean, you name it.
This Sally woman from Nightmare Before Christmas, right, which a lot of people found out had not known it was her still.
Yeah, I mean, then even little things like Morticia's mom in the Addams Family animated movie.
And she's Canadian, from Toronto.
I know. So
apparently she was just recently in an Apple series, The Studio, with Seth Rogen. She got another Emmy nom for that.
The woman is phenomenal. And
very sad, very young.
We
young.
definitely lost another fantastic person in the world, and especially another fantastic Canadian. And so, she will absolutely be missed everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
All right, so we go from a very somber news to we'll go one with a little bit more optimism, and Star Wars is always filled with optimism on the horizon. And Dave Filoni taking on as the new co-president of Lucasfilm is definitely a breath of fresh air. This is brought to us by Complex Pop. But yeah, everyone knows, if you know Star Wars, you know Dave Filoni, the man who has succeeded George Lucas as the knowledge keeper of anything Star Wars.
Like his Padawan.
Absolutely. Anything from Clone Wars to Rebels to The Mandalorian and so on and so forth. This man has touched anything Star Wars and has made it basically perfection.
Yeah.
And the person that has taken on the other half of the co-presidency for Lucasfilm is Lin-Wyn Brennan, and she'll be on the more financial side of it, whereas Dave Filoni will definitely be more on the creative side of it, which is phenomenal. I also know Dave Filoni from the little bit that he's done in Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I think Lucasfilm has the best chance going forward from here on out for Star Wars films. But yeah, I'm super, super excited about it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Next is that Phil Dunster has been cast in the live-action How to Train Your Dragon 2 as Eret. If you don't know Phil Dunster, he's from Ted Lasso. He is
Jamie.
Thank you. I was about to say Roy Kent. Like, it's not Roy Kent. He's Jamie. Actually love his character. So I'm very excited that he's in it. If you didn't know, the How to Train Your Dragon 2 movie is coming out June 11th of 2027. So I'm very excited that he's going to be in it. I think it'll be a great addition. And this is also from Film Buzzer on Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. I know they asked, what's her name? Kate Blanchett to come back as the mom too, so I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to be phenomenal. All right, and then our last bit of movie news is about Matthew Lillard responding to Quentin Tarantino's recent criticism of his acting. This is brought to us by Screen on Script. I will read the full quote as it says exactly, and that is, quote, "It was like living through your own wake. Nobody has to like any actor out there, obviously. It's personal preference. I'm not everyone's first choice. That is obvious. But to then have that kind of reaction was beautiful," end quote. Which, I mean, I know Paul Dano also said something very similar to this recently about him saying that he was happy he didn't have to respond to it because the world responded for him.
Oh.
Right? And so, to me, this is like the brief up point on this whole Quentin Tarantino tirade that he went on, is that people came out in defense of the fan favorite actors, the director favorite actors. I'm happy. Hopefully this puts this whole thing to bed. Quentin Tarantino has to be way more careful with what he says, especially as an influential director. And I mean, like Matthew said, like, no one's expecting you to like every single person on the planet, but to blast them on air is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think for him it was just knowing that so many people loved him made him feel like, wow, that is beautiful. But yeah, I mean, Entertainment Weekly had the exclusive interview with him, so yeah, that's just really nice to know people love him so much. I mean, we're huge fans. So
well, I mean, everyone that Quentin Tarantino put on blast, which was Paul Dano, Matthew Lillard, and Owen Wilson, are all beloved by both directors and fans alike. So the fact that Quentin decided to blast this on air, and it's just very irresponsible to me.
Okay, so that is our movie news. If I can add one little bit of TV news, this is from worldwide spread, but Harry Potter has officially announced that the HBO series will air in 2027.
Yeah, so this is a side thing.
It's just a side thing that I was very excited to hear about. If you look it up, it's literally everywhere. Yeah, that's just an extra bonus. But we did see 2 movies this week. Yes,
and the first one is Send Help.
And then we also saw Shelter. We'll actually have a decent chunk of movies next week to review.
We ran out of time to see Iron Lung, which was the Markiplier solo-funded, written the whole bit. I'm actually kind of excited to see it because, one, for anybody to produce a film with no marketing and still get the praise that he's been getting for it, I'm very excited for it.
I'm excited for it too. It wasn't so much we ran out of time, it was also dealing with like my aunt and passing and like, you know, it took obviously family first. So
yeah, that's necessarily that's kind of what I meant by like lack of time. It's not that we just literally ran out of time. It's just more with everything else. Movies took like a slight backseat compared to more important stuff this week. But yeah, did you want to do the first one?
Sure. So obviously Send Help. It came out in Canada on January 30th of 2026. We technically saw it January 29th because, again, Cineplex does the day before type thing. But anyway, the director is Sam Raimi. It's rated R for bloody violence, strong language, and dark thematic elements. And it has a runtime of 1 hour and 53 minutes. The main cast include Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien, Edel Ismail, Xavier Samuel, Chris Pang, and in advance I apologize, but Theneth Warakulmakra?
It's a long last name for sure.
Yeah, but I'll keep going. Emma Raimi, Dennis Haybert, Christy Best, Bruce Campbell, and Brad Flett. And the spoiler-free synopsis is as follows. Send Help is a darkly comedic survival horror thriller about 2 work colleagues who are the only survivors of a plane crash on a remote, deserted island after a business trip goes catastrophically wrong. What begins as an ugly rivalry rooted in workplace power struggles quickly becomes a grim and unpredictable battle of wills as the duo must navigate the harsh natural environment and each other's personalities to stay alive. So, what did you think of Send Help?
So when it comes to Sam Raimi stuff, I was expecting bloody gore. Gore, I guess, kind of works. Yeah, but like it's. I was expecting something to be very, very blood first, very in your face kind of thing. Cause similar to like, what was the most recent horror movie we saw that is like Evil Dead, the Evil Dead series that he's been doing recently. I expected kind of that level of blood and gore. It wasn't. It was a lot funnier than I expected. A lot more like dramatic and a lot more uplifting in some ways. I thought it was really good in that sense. There was a bit where I was like, this is a little drawn out, and I kind of wanted it to kind of speed along a bit more. But I honestly did think it was a really good movie for the most part. It's probably not going to get the highest rating, obviously, but Dylan O'Brien and oh my gosh, why am I blanking on her name?
Rachel McAdams.
Thank you. Did a phenomenal job. Especially, I love Rachel McAdams and I love Dylan O'Brien, but I haven't seen Dylan O'Brien in a whole lot recently.
Since The Maze Runner for me.
Really? So and this to me showed off his acting chops even more so.
It was good. It was great. Yeah, I agree. I love Sam Raimi movies, as we talked about. So it was kind of what I thought it was, but also not. Like there was a couple other bits to it that I appreciated. But overall, I did enjoy it. And like it was a good option comparatively over the last few weeks of movies that we've seen too. So
yeah. I think this will definitely be the big ticket movie from this past week. I think, was there things that could have been improved? Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I mean, the story was definitely stronger than the other movie we saw, but there were definitely bits I would have liked a little bit more, or even more horror to it.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like a horror until
it
the
wasn't
end.
A horror, not really a horror. I mean, I get why they call it that, but definitely a dark thriller.
Yeah, easily a dark thriller.
Yeah,
1000%.
Semi-comedic, I can see, and it has Sam Raimi's cinematography written all over it.
1000%.
I mean, the face zooms, it has his style stamped on it.
And even like the little bits that were kind of gory was definitely very Sam Raimi.
Evil Dead.
Gory.
Like, yeah, it's the Evil Dead side of Sam Raimi. And then there's
1000%.
facial zooms are the Spider-Man side of Sam Raimi. Like,
kind of, yeah.
You know, like...
Spider-Man? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. Did he do Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. No.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
I keep forgetting that was Sam Raimi.
Yeah, he started the legend of what is now
and like that's
one
the
of the
thing.
greatest
Like, when
trilogies.
I think of movies that Sam Raimi has done, Spider-Man always gets pushed behind
That's
for
the
me.
forefront of my head.
No, see, mine is always like Evil Dead or
And he did
Ash
Multiverse
or,
of Madness.
Yeah, that one I was.
That one is not his best. But like,
yeah, no.
Fuck, are you kidding? He's done so many movies, like, but a lot of horror and a lot of superhero. So this kind of blends those cinematography of both together for me.
Yeah,
But
I think I kind of what Cheyenne said. I wanted more in the realm of suspense, this maybe even more horror elements to it.
Yeah.
It just kind of dragged in between. But I will say the plane crash definitely gave me Final Destination vibes.
It a little bit more than.
What do you mean? More than
like
one?
Final Destination one seems really fake.
This
one felt
realistic.
a little more realistic, but also really not.
That's what I'm saying. It had a very real-esque version of a Final Destination plane crash.
But also, like, when they call it, like, a survival drama, I guess, it's not really a drama. Like, you can tell it's survival, but a lot of the times I'm like, is this even really happening? Like, is this, just a fake simulation of an island? Like, it felt, I don't know, just some of it felt a little, But overall, I still really enjoyed it. It was such a nice change of pace for once.
I agree. I think this movie is enjoyable. Is it peak cinema? Absolutely not.
No, but honestly,
right.
I wanted to give it a 7. But I'm fluxing between a 6.5 and a 7.
I was gonna go. I was fluctuating between a 6 and a 6.5.
Yeah. So right out the gate, in my mind, I was like, okay, my letterbox rating, I would give it like a 3 or 3.5.
So let's do 6.5.
So I'll do 6.5.
Yeah, I'm in that boat. 100%.
Yeah.
I also love that Bruce Campbell's in every single one of Sam Raimi's
Oh,
movies.
yeah. I knew that name. I'm like, why the heck do I know that name? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Evil Dead. Yeah.
But Bruce Campbell's in everything.
I know.
He's in every Spider-Man
I know.
movie. He was in Multiverse of Madness as well.
That's so interesting.
Everything.
I love that.
They're best friends.
But no, I love that. And if you have not seen Sam Raimi's version of Spider-Man, I highly suggest you do, because that is like the blueprint of amazing Spider-Man movies. Is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 will forever be my favorite. But
are we gonna have another Spider-Man conversation quick?
No. What do you mean?
Well, I'm gonna say the Spider-Verse movies are the best for sure.
Well, yeah, I know you like the animated. I'm talking the live action.
If we do live action, there's an argument for Tobey.
There's there's an argument for each of them.
100%.
And I think Andrew Garfield deserves hella more praise, obviously, than he got for his
the
movies.
writing that Sony put on him was atrocious.
Yeah, and again, so people blame him. I'm like, it wasn't him.
No. He was one of the best.
Anyway,
I honestly, the 3 Spider-Man that we've gotten live action have been phenomenal.
Each
just
one's
been the
perfect as a Peter Parker, but for different parts of Peter Parker.
Interesting.
In my take. So obviously Ricky is the big expert on Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I loved him before I met him. But before I met Ricky, not Spider-Man.
I love Spider-Man before I met Spider-Man.
I did meet a Spider-Man at Universal Studios.
Same thing.
Just saying. No, but like I think each one tackles a section of Peter Parker. So like the 3 actors together to me make a sound whole Peter Parker.
I get that. My brain goes, if we include the other universes that Marvel Comics has done, I will absolutely attest one to each universe.
So then the best Peter Parker is Tobey, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Tom?
Tom.
The best Spider-Man?
Andrew.
So Tobey's just best of both worlds?
Okay, if we do it that way. Okay, so
make this quick, man.
Okay. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man if we look at Ultimate Spider-Man, and that's a whole different universe. But if we go by just main continuity, Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker, but not the best Spider-Man to me. Andrew is the best Spider-Man, not the best Peter Parker.
And Tom's the best of both.
Yes.
They got it. Okay.
Yeah. But
I figured.
But Tom, I think Tom needs to definitely the character of the Peter Parker in Tom's movies needs to take a lot more from Tobey's. And the wittiness of problem is that Tom is like a safe bet on both sides. I want Tom's Spider-Man in Brand New Day this year that's coming out. Really want them to take advice from or take pieces of Andrew's Spider-Man and put that in Tom, and Tobey's Peter and put that in Tom.
Yeah,
because then that would be the best version of Spider-Man we can get.
Okay, that got too long.
Sorry. All right, and so the next and final movie we saw last week was Shelter, which came out January 30th of 2026 in Canada. The director is Rick Roman Waugh. I think it's spelled Waugh. Or
spelled?
It's pronounced Waugh. It's W-A-U-G-H. My best guess is Waugh.
Because it could be waff, like laugh.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm going with Waugh, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Rating is rated R for violence in some language, and the runtime is an hour 47 minutes approximately. Your main cast is Jason Statham, Harriet Walter, Bill Nighy, Naomi Aki, Daniel Mays, and Bodhi Ray Brethna. And the spoiler-free synopsis is: a reclusive former assassin living in isolation on a remote coastal island rescues a young girl from a deadly storm, only to find that act of compassion thrusts both of them into danger. Forced out of seclusion, he must protect her from relentless threats tied to his past while confronting long-buried demons and the reasons he chose to hide in the first place, leading them on a tense journey of survival, redemption, and an unlikely alliance. Now, what did you think of Shelter?
It is another Jason Statham movie.
Woo!
It's like, honestly, I liked it. Like, his movies, I'm not a huge fan of all of his movies, but the last 2 plus this one, so Working Man and Beekeeper and this one, all of them I enjoyed. They are all about him, just with a different job. Him kicking butt, being like either a secret agent or he has some like random action powers, punches, and like
this one less of him being another job, and this just being I'm hiding now.
But I thought the movie was good. It was cool to see Bill Nighy in it. The girl is phenomenal. I believe it's Bodhi Ray. She is phenomenal as Jessie in the movie. I thought she was really, really good little actress. And the whole thing takes place in Scotland. So her accent was really nice. And it's just really pretty. Like like location wise, I'm assuming they did it in Scotland. It definitely looks like it was in Scotland.
And London.
In London, yeah. But I enjoyed it for what it was. It was definitely slow at times. It felt so much longer than Send Help, and Send Help was the longer of the two.
The other thing I wanted to mention was, I know Cheyenne said she liked A Working Man. I'm not a fan of A Working Man.
No. I liked A Beekeeper way better. Working Man was, I'm saying, out of his recent movies, I'm like, those are like, okay, that's okay.
But that's what I was kind of getting at too. Beekeeper is definitely the best out of the last 3 years he's done movies. And then this one, and then A Working Man.
Yeah.
That being said, I think Shelter is okay. I don't think it's the best he's done. I don't think it's the best story in particularly. I think it's very slow at some points. Definitely the best part of it is the connection between the two of them. But even then, it kind of just seems pulled away on purpose. I don't know. I feel like there was definitely more that could have been done, and definitely I think for me, the stakes between them, or like the connection between them, needed to be stronger than what it was.
Between the girl and him?
Yeah, Jesse and Mason.
Or Michael. Yes. But I think they did it just enough because he is an operative of some degree, assassin, whatever, or former assassin. So he can't have that tie as much as he wants.
But that to me is the part that is the fascinating part, is the fact that the fact that Jesse would have been able to break through of that relationship, like that strong wall that he's built to get past the training, to get past all that.
Well, if he does or not, you'll see in the movie. There's a dog in the movie that is so stinking cute. Love that dog.
But anyway,
anyway, the movie as a whole, the acting's the acting. Jason Statham, he's always a good actor. It's just, kind of one note, one lane, like Liam Neeson, like Vin Diesel,
like Tom Cruise even.
But people love it. People eat it up. Like they could make a movie. He literally pumps out one of these once a year. But people love it.
They're all decent.
They're all decent. They're not the worst movie by any means.
Not by any means.
But this one, was a little bit on the slower side.
Yeah, I think I'm on the side of 5.5, 6 than I am.
I'd give 5.5.
Let's do 5.5.
Yeah, because I can't give it 6.
It's very middle of the road for this. Like, especially for a Jason Statham movie, this is very middle of the road.
That's why I would have given it 5. But honestly, for that little girl, I'm going to give it a 5.5 because I thought she did great.
For the little girl and the dog.
And the dog. And Jason. And Bill Nighy. I could say it for all the people.
I wish Bill Nighy was more involved in this movie. He's a very backseat person in this.
Kinda, yeah. But honestly, overall, it was what it was.
It was all right. Honestly,
it was all right. Honestly, this week was, to me, one of the more enjoyable weeks at the movies. Because there wasn't any that were like, oh, this was boring, or oh, I hated it. This one was like, okay, that was fine.
But I will say both movies definitely do have a lull in the middle. Like, there's major parts of both movies where it's like, oh, okay, we're in the talking part of this.
Yeah, they definitely both have exposition, and
but not even like entertaining exposition or exposition that like really feels enjoyable. It's very much like, ooh, we need to kind of fill the time here. And how do we fill this time?
Yeah, let's just talk. Yeah. Which, it's the talking in this one that felt a little boring, but I kind of do think the talking in Send Help was a little worse.
I agree. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, the talking in this kind of worked. The talking in Send Help, I just wanted more action because I already go in thinking it's action. Mind you, I already go in thinking this is action too. But the exposition of it, the
tone of Shelter requires the exposition, whereas the tone of Send Help
doesn't need it.
If you feel like you're missing out on things that really needs to happen.
Yeah, like this should be happening, but it's not.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, out of the two, it depends on what your flavor is. Like if you're more of an action-y movie, Send Help. If you're more of a Shelter. If you're more of the action one, Shelter. If you're more of the comedic vibe
or horror or gore, I should say,
then Send Help.
Yeah.
They're both on par.
Honestly, they're both a decent option at the movies this week.
I would say Send Help is the slightly more enjoyable one, but not by a massive amount where I'd say go one or the other.
No. Yeah. But again, not the best Jason Statham movie. But I could say not the worst because
Absolutely not the worst.
well, we're gonna get into it in our second half, which is one actor, one lane, aka Jason Statham. At least in this instance,
there's a lot of actors that do this.
Like I mentioned, Liam Neeson and Vin Diesel for one.
Honestly, it's a lot of action stars that do this, where they go in one lane, one direction.
But
Bruce Willis
sometimes it works.
Bruce Willis is also accused of this too, right? He doesn't do a lot of dramatic roles.
But Liam Neeson, I will say, has branched out a lot more than the other two.
Comedy.
The comedy, yes. Naked Gun was such
Amazing.
a good turn. But then there's other ones. I forget the movie we saw that we absolutely hated. That was a different, it was a little more drama.
Not Absolution. Is it Absolution?
Oh, it might be Absolution.
I'll put it on the screen if
I'm pretty sure it's Absolution. But like if you've ever seen Chloe, really good movie. It's not his vibe either. It's like psychological thriller romance type thing.
Anyway, we're getting a little bit off.
Sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to.
Mm.
But we can talk about some of the titles of some Jason Statham movies.
Sure, let's
explain what they are.
We can go
rapid fire it.
Yeah, cool.
First would be The Transporter. He drives fast, wears a suit, follows rules until someone breaks them.
The second one is Crank, an action movie that feels like a panic attack, pure adrenaline, but zero chill.
Then there's The Mechanic. Quiet, efficient, emotionally unavailable assassin, but it's the classic Jason Statham lane.
Then it's Wrath of Man. Same guy, darker tone, cold, serious, and absolutely humorless.
Then there's The Meg, which fights a prehistoric shark like it's a normal workday, and it's somehow believable.
Hobbs and Shaw punches helicopters, insults The Rock, and refuses to die.
And then, of course, The Beekeeper, who's a retired killer with a normal job, but he gets pulled back in. Things explode.
And then I know we mentioned A Working Man, which was last year's movie, but yeah, construction worker that has been a retired cop guy or like military guy who tries to save the life of his boss's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the lane overall, he's an angry professional man forced back into violence.
Yep, 100%.
Yep, got some minimal emotion, maximum punching.
Different jobs, same person.
Same guy.
Always.
Yep. So why do Jason Statham movies work even when we know exactly what we're getting?
I think it's because it's that, right?
Because we know we know it won't be worse. It'll be, if anything, the same.
It's familiar, right? You know what you're getting into, and it's also kind of, well, one, it helps because you know Jason Statham is going to produce a high-level fight scene that is, yeah, sometimes sluggish and slow, but it's realistic. It feels very realistic.
Yeah.
Right? None of it feels like, not that I want to shit on the John Wick franchise, because I love the John Wick franchise, but the John Wick franchise just feels very extravagant. Like it feels very high-end.
It's partially because of Keanu.
It is, but it's also it is also super unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna go into like if I go into a fight in real life, I'm not gonna be wearing a bulletproof suit and live through it.
Yeah.
Right. But will I take a couple punches, get my ass knocked down, and maybe get a couple throw punches in and connect? Yeah. Then that feels like a Jason Statham fight scene. He's very rough, gritty, and has the army fight in him. I obviously not really in real life. I don't know if he ever fought in the army, but
Jason?
Yep.
Oh, I have a couple facts about him.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, like the fight scenes that he's in feel very realistic and gritty, and he takes and gives, right? It's not a one-sided fight usually. But also because action movies are typically very kind of cookie cutter, you kind of know what you're going to get anyway.
Yeah. Yes. Like the Bourne movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's always going to revolve around Jason trying to like find his identity too and figure out who he really is.
And take down a secret or corrupt government.
You just know Jason Statham's going to be a regular old day job, but secretly he used to be an assassin or a killer or something along those lines. Government operative, like spy, whatever. Not a spy, but like an operative. But still, it's different jobs every single time, but it's the same essence. So, yeah.
It's very much what the first line you said to describe it. It's an angry professional man that's forced back into violence. Never wants to go back, but gosh darn it, I guess I'm going back, right? All right, and then so the next question we got is, would these movies be worse, better, or unwatchable with literally any other actor? I think it really depends on the actor.
I don't think it would be unwatchable.
Yeah.
By any means. Either way, I think it's watchable. I think it would be worse because There's something about Jason specifically, and I think the next question will kind of link to this, that make it work. But he has this grit physically in his face. He always looks mean or mad or upset. And it's probably the facial hair too. Like, I know he has movies without facial hair, but like in this one he has a hefty beard, and I think that adds to the character. Like, physically adds to the character. So I think physicality and like face value, physically his face. I keep saying physically. If I had a nickel for every time I'm saying this word, I think it would be a little worse. It just depends on the actor, I think.
I'll never say it's better, because I don't think better is necessarily the word.
I don't think it's ever going to get better.
I think depending on the actor, it's about the same.
True.
Because I feel like I can see some actors in the modern era of action movies that would do this well.
I'm trying to think of one.
I don't remember the gentleman's name. I know his first name is Alan, but he's the one that's been playing Reacher recently in the TV show.
Oh, I don't.
A big blonde buff guy. Anyway, he would do this. I think a couple.
Jack Reacher.
Yeah, but not Tom Cruise.
And not John Krasinski.
No, that's not Reacher.
Oh.
Now I'm confusing it. Now I'm thinking it might be Reacher. Shit. Anyway, I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, the gentleman I'm thinking of is like a big buff blonde guy who wants to be Batman right now, really badly. But anyway, there's a bunch of like modern actors that I think could do a version of this that isn't the exact same. Or you can do some old action guys that would also do this, but I don't know if it would be better. None of it I don't think would be better. I think Jason Statham, like you said, has a very specific flavor of action hero that brings something special to this kind of acting world.
Is his accent doing more work than the script sometimes? Hell yes. This is what I meant. This is what I meant when I say it makes it a little better if he's in the movie. It's because his accent is very... What is it British? Or is he, yeah, British. But like gritty British. Grittish.
I don't know where specifically he's from, but I will admit that the British accent does add something to it. I mean, the thing is, though, is it adds something also because it's Jason Statham. Mm-hmm. Like, if we got another British actor that went in there, I don't know if it wouldn't be the same.
I was about to say Liam Neeson, he's Irish.
Yeah, but even his accent, right? If we put Liam Neeson in these roles, there's a part of it that'll be similar, but I don't think it'll ever be the level of Jason Statham that I would want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I agree that his accent is doing a lot. More than the script is a questionable comment, but I'm like, what about Taron Egerton? Because he has, you know what I mean? He's in Kingsman. Colin Firth, British accent. But I could never see him doing these roles. Colin Firth is a very specific kind of niche actor.
Sure, he was in Kingsman, which is an action movie, but he wasn't the action person.
He was the head
honcho kind of. But yeah, that's what I mean. He did do some. Yeah. But like Taron Egerton, for example.
He would do a great job at this. I mean, him and Carry On, we loved.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he could do a great job. I just don't think it's the flavor of Jason Statham. You know what I mean? Like, there's a specific thing that he does that works really well in his kind of movies. Yeah. So the next one we got is, at what point does the same role every time become a feature, not a flaw? I think he said it. Like, I think now it's not Jason Statham, the flaw. Like, oh, it's another Jason Statham movie. I mean, there's some times that it feels like that, right? Like, A Working Man was very much to me like a subpar Jason Statham film.
I think when it becomes the feature, though, is probably like, I would say third time's the charm. Like, by the third movie, if you actually still have a hefty following of movie, I'm like, okay, that might work. But like, he's done some kind of shitty ones. Like, The Meg, are you kidding me? Like,
but people love The Meg.
But people love it. I mean, I love shark movies, don't get me wrong. It's not the worst shark movie, aka Sharknado, or a 100%. Few, or Shark, or Jaws 3D, or Dangerous Animals. But The Meg, like, it's not the worst, but really not the best. And I don't think a role makes it a flaw.
I think it's when it becomes its own subculture of a movie, right?
Yeah, so like Jason Statham movie. Oh, I saw a Jason Statham movie. Like I didn't see an action movie. I saw a Jason Statham movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like the same idea as like, oh, I saw a Sam Raimi movie, like we talked about earlier.
Exactly. But I don't consider that a Sam Raimi movie. I'm just like, oh, it's Sam Raimi. I know he's going to do a movie like that.
But you also know that if it's a horror movie that Sam Raimi is doing, you know the kind of horror you're usually going to get.
But, you know, like I said, the zoom in on the face.
Exactly.
Or like different.
There's little things that like, you can know, right? Same thing with, oh, it's a Christopher Nolan movie.
Or
you know it's going to be
Quentin Tarantino.
cerebral. Right. I think that's when it becomes a feature, is when you can start saying, oh, it's a blank movie.
You can say the name of the person.
Yeah.
And you don't have to say the name of the movie.
Or
to know what the movie is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To know the genre of the movie, you don't need to, because he is a genre in himself.
But I think that also is when you get cemented into legendary status.
100%.
Right? For me, it would be in the realm of like a Jack Nicholson or like a Morgan Freeman. Like those are like, oh, I saw a Morgan Freeman movie, or I saw a Denzel Washington movie.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? Those are legendary actors that now you can say their name and be like, oh, I don't need to know what the movie is. I know it's going to be a good performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last, do we actually want him to try something different, or would that ruin the whole thing?
I don't think it'll ruin the whole thing.
I don't think it'll ruin it. He could definitely try something different. I would. He's done like comedy before, hasn't he? Not done something where he's like a babysitter, or like something.
No, you're thinking of Vin Diesel.
I am thinking of
The
Vin
Pacifier.
Diesel. But case in point, he could do something like that. Be hilarious. Kindergarten Cop. He could
He
redo
has done
that.
some comedic stuff, but
Dude, if they rebooted Kindergarten Cop,
he'd be perfect.
he'd be perfect. Yeah.
Did we just pitch a good movie?
Yes.
Anyway.
Listen, people.
Anyway, no, but I think he's done some comedic stuff. Like, you know what? Actually, the one that my brain kind of goes to is Tag. Do you remember Tag with John Hamm and
was he in that?
No, but he would do really well in something like that. As like, it's still super actiony, but it's way more comedic. You know what I mean? I think he'd nail something like that.
Yeah, true.
Anyway,
well, to get into our Did We Know,
let's go.
It is Jason Statham behind the scenes. So, number 1, Jason was a diver on the British national diving team, and he finished 12th in the World Championship in 1992. Did we know?
I did know this one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I knew he was a diver, but I didn't know about the World Championship or anything.
Fair. I didn't absolutely know he was on the British national diving team.
Because you had said like cool. He was like military or whatever. I'm like, well, I do have a couple facts, but I'm like, that's the main fact is he was a diver. So,
all right. So the second one is that Jason Statham does a huge amount of his own stunts, which is why his fight scenes feel heavier and more grounded than most action stars. Did we know?
Yes.
Yes.
I know he does a lot of his own stunts, which is great.
We did talk about something similar to that when we talked about A Working Man last year, where it was like a lot of it feels more sluggish and more slower because of the type of action scenes he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many of his movies are choreographed to show his full body in motion, not quick cuts. So you can actually see that it's him doing the work. Did we know?
No.
No, I didn't know it was made to show that.
But it adds to his repertoire of the type of action star he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A full action star.
100%. Directors often build action sequences around what Statham can physically do instead of relying on CGI or stunt doubles. Did we know?
No. I didn't know this before this at all.
No. I thought he did do some... I know he says he does his own stunts, but I did think that there's some scenes he has to have.
Well, I'm sure he does, and I'm sure they have used CGI, but like instead of relying on it, they just build it around what he can actually do.
Fair enough.
Which is cool. His background in diving and athletic training directly influences how controlled and precise his movement looks on screen. Did we know? I mean, essentially, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
It wouldn't be a Jason Statham movie without the type of action scenes it is, right? And the last one is his movies are usually shot to make him look tough without making him superhuman, which is why his punches feel real and the danger feels earned. Did we know? Yes.
I mean, no, that I didn't know specifically shot to make it look like that, but it makes sense.
The only reason why I say yes is because it was kind of similar to what we said. Like, it's not like a John Wick type of actor or like type of movie where he feels like he can get shot 1,000 times and live. Like, it feels like he earns every punch. He fights through every battle. He is bloody on purpose because it feels real, right? And so yeah, like that's the reason why I said yes. But do I know that maybe it wasn't intentionally shot that way? No. Like,
right.
I just the way that I see it is it wouldn't be a Jason Statham movie if he was invincible.
Gotcha.
Cool. All right. Do you want to do the wrap up this time?
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you all so much for watching, listening, commenting, and subscribing. if you'd like to subscribe on other alternative social media, we have Facebook, Twitter/X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you do get your podcasts. We also have shorts on YouTube. We have reels/short videos in general on Instagram and TikTok. And we also have a Letterboxd, which you can follow us on. X and Letterboxd are both at the A-List Pod. Otherwise, we are at the A-List Admission on everything else. Letterboxd is real-time movie reviews rated out of 5 as soon as we see it. And we also do have Popper Flops, which are our short form partial short form videos that we have as well as a little bonus. So as soon as we come out of the theater, we give you our instant yes or no as a pop or flop, and they are on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube.
But I will put up the thumbnail or the QR code for our Letterboxd right on the screen right now. And then, yeah, I guess that's everything.
But again, these are just our opinions. You can disagree, you can agree. Keep the comments coming if you like it or don't like it. We would love to hear. And just, again, thanks for listening. And again, word of mouth means a lot. So feel free to let others know. Ring the notification bell if you'd like to get more info or when we get another video up and running.
Rate us 5 stars or whatever you feel is comparable. And yeah, like Cheyenne said, share it along with everybody you know, friends, family, coworkers, enemies, pets, your neighbor that lives 6 doors down that you only talk to once every year. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. And
we'll see you at the movies.
See you there. Bye.
Bye.